Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. This is my first. This is our first presentation in this class. We are going to talk about Al-Ikhwan Al-Muslimun, or in English, Islamic Brotherhood. Before we start our presentation, we are going to introduce ourselves. So, first of all, my name is Andika Putra Fadlillah, and here's my friend.
My name is Diana Bila Damayanti.
Okay, in this presentation, we are going to talk about the history on the first section, and then the second section will be ideology, and the next is discussion, which is answering the research question, and the last one is conclusion. So, this is the first section delivered by my friend.
Okay, I will explain about the history of Al-Ikhwan al-Muslimin. Ikhwan al-Muslimin, in Arabic was Al-Ikhwan al-Muslimin, or in short, namely Al-Ikhwan, which means Muslim Brotherhood. Uh, it is a movement based on Islamic ideology whose network is on an international scale that has influence in countries in the world. Ikhwanul Muslimin is the Muslim community that moves for comprehensive improvement. Ikhwanul Muslimin has long been the largest opposition group in Egypt, which admitted to rejecting terrorism and violence. Ikhwanul Muslimin has basic principle to fight for Islamic teachings as basic teachings and social and religious life, and its movement and thought. Ikhwanul Muslimin represent Egyptian society, which is increasingly unsettled by the action of Egypt's secular political leaders and intellectual, and the Muslim Brotherhood has become a pioneer for other Islamic movement in various Muslim countries. The Dawan, the teaching uh, of Albana, which is the founder of this of Ikhwanul Muslimin, has spread beyond Egypt, and today some political movement, including mission parties, charities in many countries, have their roots in the Ikhwanul Muslimin. Political parties that have links and are derivatives of the Ikhwanul Muslimin are found in a number of U.S. allies, such as Jordan, Iraq, Kuwait, Bahrain, Morocco, Turkey, and Tunisia. In fact, that it is the oldest and largest Sunni Islamist movement in the world, which formed by Hassan al-Banna, as I mentioned before, a teacher in the city of Ismailia, Egypt, in March 1928. Hassan al-Banna was born in 1906 in Mahmoudiyah, Egypt. During his education, Albana received good facilities and education. Even he graduated from the Darul Islam faculty at the age of 21 in 1927. Hassan Albana publishes a weekly Al-Muslim and Al-Nazir magazine, apart from through lectures and meetings. It is through these media that he voices his passion and struggle orientation to help the struggle mechanism of the Ikhwanul Muslimin. After spreading throughout Egypt, Albana turned the Muslim Brotherhood into an international organization, and in 1940, Ikhwanul Muslimin expanded its territory to the Arab world, even sending its envoys to various other Islamic countries. Starting on 1948, the Muslim Brotherhood began to become involved in the Palestinian political sphere, and received a lot of opposition, especially from the West, until the Egyptian government issued an order to dissolve the Ikhwanul Muslimin Hassan al-Banna, and 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 Hassan al-Banna was killed on February 12th in 1949 in Cairo. Next, please. Andika, sorry, you're muted.
Okay, I'm sorry. So we are going to discuss about the ideology in the second section. The ideology which is used by Al-Ikhwanul al-Muslimin, or we call as Muslim Brotherhood, is Allah is our objective, the Prophet is our leader, Quran is our law, Jihad is our way, dying in the way of love is our highest hope. Or in Arabic, we can say as Allah, Allah, uh, Al-Roku, Muhammad is our prophet, and Quran is yeah, wait. Before we talk about this section, maybe we can talk about the why this organization use this phrase as their ideology, in line with the comprehensive view of this organization with the Islamic view. Activities in the field of education are the main discussion, especially in ideology, spirituality, moral, social, intellectual, to political discussion. Uh, Ikhwanul Muslimin, or we call as Muslim Brotherhood, is trying to get rid of the nature of secularism that has become a virus in their perspective, become a virus in society at large. So that it plans to return Egypt, especially to the order set out in the Al-Quran as a basic guideline. Uh, their main idea in fighting is that I already said Allah is our objective, the Prophet is our leader, Quran is our law, jihad in our way, dying in the way of Allah is our highest hope. Basically, the rationale for moving is Islam as the way of life, and Islam is a comprehensive ideology for personal life or social life. So this is okay. Uh, influence Muslim. Wait. Influence of Ikhwanul Muslim toward Egyptian government respond the interaction between the Al-Ikhwanul Muslimin and the Egyptian government. We are going to separate this section, become a two section. For the first is pre-revolution, and second post-revolution. Since the founding of Muslim Brotherhood, the political map in Egypt has entered a new chapter. The First, the pre-revolution period. The struggle between the Muslim Brotherhood and the Egyptian government was often colored by conspiracy and oppression, kayak tekanan, intimidasi. Uh, wait, which was the greeted with demonstrations and competition for power. Their deep-rooted power was greatly feared by Ahmad Mahir Pasha's government, so that it tried to block the Ikhwan in election competition by falsifying election result, blocking candidate, and arresting Ikhwan al-Muslimin activities. Uh, The strict policy toward the Ikhwan was also inherited by Ahmad Mahir Pasha's successor, Al-Nukrashi Pasha, who accused the Ikhwan of being behind the murder of Ahmad Mahir Pasha. The policy of Al-Nukrashi Pasha led to demonstration by the Muslim Brotherhood, or Al-Ikhwanul Muslimin, which led to the resignation of Al-Nukrashi on February 1946. Mm, there are three governments in Egypt that involved the Muslim Brotherhood after this revolution, either directly or indirectly. First, the Gamal absurd. This section will be uh, in the second section. This apa ya namanya? Masuk di phrase yang revolution. First, the Abdul Nasir era, Alto Christianity and Revolution initial, received support from the Muslim Brotherhood. After the revolution, the Muslim Brotherhood opposed it after it was proven that Nasir didn't intend to establish an Islamic state, but promote secular Arab nationalism and socialism. The second, the Anwar Sadat era, which ruled from 1971 to 1981, which is 10 years, inherited Egypt from Nasir. He came to power when the Arabs began to rise from their fall in 1967 and after Nasir's death. Sadat was aware of this condition, so he tried to form his own identity and political legitimacy using Islam to get rid of the influence of the Nasrid camp and the leftist group. However, Sadat's accommodative policies didn't last long. Authoritarianism, authoritarian, auto auto how to say authoritarianism authoritarianism reinforced Sadat, and the persecution of his opponent was increasingly uh, widespread, including critics of his domestic and foreign policies. And the last is Husni Mubarak, who previously served as a vice president. To fill the presidency with a new spirit and strategy. President Mubarak's style, as well as the style of Islamic revival, underwent change in the 1980s after Sadat death. If the Islamic revival during the 1970s emerged as a confrontational and violent movement in the 1980s. Islamic movement entered the mainstream and institutionalized Islamic activity. Uh, Mubarak policies are more caution pushing measures of political liberalization and tolerance, while at the same time taking swift and uh, decisive action against those who wish to return to using violence to challenge government authority. He was more carefully separate between religious dissident, political dissident, and direct threat to the state. In this tree of separation in this revolution era, I can conclude that Ikhwanul al-Muslimun make the government become aware about their movement that can be called as radical.
Okay. About Ikhwanul Muslimin and radicalism. Uh, Violence is not the aim of this group, actually. The formation of this group is originally intended to fight for Islamic teachings as basic teachings and social and religious life. However, later then, this group grew into a political movement. They tried to enter the realm of politics, although they actually rejected everything westernized. They later realized that such resistance would be effective if they came to power. Through this way, they also expanded their organization wings wider, and they also joined a lot of forces to fight British colonialization. Even they even participated in a series of bombings and killings. Allegations after accusation of abusing the Ikhwanul Muslimin, such as the murder of the prime minister before the revolution, as well as accusation against a member of Ikhwanul Muslimin trying to assassinate President Jamal Abdel Nasser in 1954. Therefore, many Ikhwanul Muslim members were imprisoned and made them want an Islamic state and stated that they support democratic principles. The goal that has been set is to form a state based on Islamic law or Sharia. Until they get accused of radicalism, they try to argue however they continue to aim for the seat of government even uh, after attempts to counter radicalism that exists in their group. They even participated in the Arab Spring, and this those facts, those statements are very ambiguous. That they claim they're not, but they are act like that. That it is very possible they are taken advantage of by social and political conditions that make the rulers in Arab countries use Jamaism as friends, but sometimes they play dramas and label Jama'ah Islam as a radical movement that disrupts national stability and security. But moreover, Islam is already known for their violence and terror for the purpose of jihad. So um, they possibly not a radical organization, but it also possible that they are. And next, please. So, Ikhwanul Muslim is trying to get rid of the nature of secularism that has become a virus in society at large, so that it plans to return Egypt to the order set out in the Al-Quran as a basic guideline for life. Ikhwanul Muslim, in which finally turns into political realm, facing the struggle with the Egyptian government, which often colored by conspiracy and oppression, which was then created with demonstration and competition for power. Moreover, the identity of Islam is a religion that is spread with violence, synonymous with turning a blind eye is an unfair attitude. As a result, makes Ikhwanul Muslimin as a radical organization in doubt. So that's all from us in discussing about Al-Ikhwan and Muslimin. Um, we also invite you guys to discuss with us about conspiracy about this organization. Yeah, is there something you want to add, Tika? You're muted. Please open your mic.
Okay, sorry. Thanks for watching. Thanks for give attention for us. You may ask in the next class in our discussion. And that's all from us. Thank you. Maybe that's all. Alhamdulillah. Uh, Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks, guys.